like what he does on the field.
Painful last night of the regular disastrously bad. It made me stop and go.
The power of Mike.
Frank Caliendo's new show, Frank TV, on TBS. And as we welcome Frank into our studio with us here at Mike and Mike in the Morning, he is as weird as it gets, so we will make this news of the weird. And I would like to think on some level we made you, Caliendo, that you're getting your show here. Your promotions only ran like 8 million times during the baseball playoffs.
All right, let me say 2 words for all the fans of the baseball playoffs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know.
Even they ran it a lot.
Oh, did they? Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed.
One thing you can never complain about is lack of promotion, right?
Frank TV, Frank TV, Frank TV. We get it. It is Frank TV. Go on with the playoffs, please.
But that was good, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's a good thing.
You don't call up a network and say, please stop.
Yeah. Right.
You just keep doing it.
So tonight is the night. So before we get you just to run through the impressions, which we love, tell us what the show actually is.
Sketch comedy show. It is Saturday Night Live meets SCTV with a little bit of the Muppet Show thrown in. It's got that kind of feeling to it. It's goofy. It's not mean. It's silly. That kind of stuff. And I play almost everybody in it. It's pretty crazy.
Do you have like a cast?
No, it's really essentially me.
Really?
It's mostly me.
I was going to say, because I was going to go even more old school and say a la Carol Burnett show, with the whole ensemble.
Yeah,
it's not like that.
Yeah, it's like Carol Burnett show with only Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett. Okay.
Or it's more like only Tim Conway.
Yeah, exactly.
Just me going in slow motion. But it's a lot of fun. There are a couple other guys, like a friend of mine, Pablo Francisco, who's a great
I know that
comedian.
Guy.
We did a thing called the 3 Trailers in it. It's a takeoff on the 3 Tenors, but it's 3 guys with trailer voices. It's me, Pablo, who's really known for that, and then Don LaFontaine, the actual guy.
Right.
The get ready, that guy. So it's like this summer, get ready for the action. It's really cool. It's YouTube waiting to happen, is what it is.
How do you figure out you could do this? I mean, your impressions are so great, and I love impressions. I would give anything to be able to do impressions, and I can't. At what point did you realize, wow, I can imitate pretty much anybody immediately?
Well, it's not anybody. I mean, there's quite a few I guess I can do, but it's, people only see the good ones that I could do, because there's plenty of bad ones that I could do. That's the thing that I think people who do impressions make the biggest mistake of. They try and do all these that aren't very good. So I try not to get them on TV or let people see or hear them on the radio until I've worked on them for a while. We're doing one that's, we're not sure what show it'll get into yet or if at all, but it was an Al Gore sketch. Very funny material. It was kind of the next step, what he does after his last movie, and this is all about a supernova, and he's like, the supernova's going to kill us all. But it's half that, it's half that teacher from South Park. So it's it's really weird. But, when the material's that good, you hope that it's just a good enough impression that people get it. But, like, for me, I like to have them funny. That's what I'm working on, is getting, I want them to be as funny as the key to me. If it's dead on, I don't care whether or not that's the case. I want it to be where you're laughing about it or laughing about the concept of the thing.
When you talk about comedians, they talk about comedians that they kind of looked up to and kind of helped them with their thing. And for impressions, I mean, only Rich Little. I mean, is he the model of
Rich Little, Frank Gorshin, those guys, David Fry, those are the people that you have to look to, but they're so vaudevillian that's not what I want to do. I actually, when I was a kid growing up, I loved Robin Williams, Jonathan Winters. I did something just a little weird today. That go, whoa, here we go, and we're dancing back, okay. I love the switching of the characters. That's what I wanted to do. I mean, here's a guy who goes from voice to voice. You don't always have to have a joke. As long as you can switch voices, it's always going to be fun. And we're back, okay.
Mike and Frank Caliendo with us on ESPN Radio. Okay, you're best known, of course, for John Madden. So give us a little John Madden.
I mean, that's the thing, is, Brett Favre. I mean, you watch Brett Favre and you think, I do. It'd be this good. I mean, it can only put it in song. My Brett Favre's back and your defense is in trouble. Hey now, my Brett Favre's back. Boom. I just started Thanksgiving early.
Okay, so that one is obviously very good. Now, the one that I really liked that you did for us in Miami was Jim Rome.
Oh, phenomenal. Probably the best job by you ever, deciding that was great, because guess what? It is incredible. It's incredible, phenomenal. Other 4-syllable words I can't think of. And right now, you're trying to figure out how great I am. Guess what? I am that great.
Now the one where we had you there, I think you were working on it, and now I know you've come a long way with it. Is Bill Walton?
Unbelievable! I remember being at Berkeley, blotches of beard not connecting on my face. I could smell colors. I could feel sounds. Has there ever been a player better than Detlef Schrempf? I mean, watching a guy 6'10", I don't know where he's from. I don't know what country he's about, but I will tell you what, watching him shoot from the outside is unbelievable. Fred Roberts, look out. There is world be free. I don't care who you are. This is Howard Isley. Does it matter? I don't think so. This is what basketball is all about. Luke, come to the dark side. I am your father.
Mike and Frank Caliendo. Now, one that I see on your list, I've got a whole list again. Frank TV debuts tonight, 11 o'clock on TBS. I've never seen you do Barkley.
That's the new one. I've keyed in on the word terrible because he doesn't say terrible. He says,
"Oh, that was terrible. That's a terrible, terrible thing. Now that was crazy."
And he doesn't talk about the games anymore. I mean, it's like Charles gets paid to talk about basketball, but could care less that that's what his job is. They're like, "What do you think about the first half so far, Charles?"
I tell you what, I don't know, but Kim Jong-il is crazy. That guy is nuts. He's gonna blow up the world. We all be in little pieces watching basketball. That is crazy. Back to you, Ernie.
What do you?
Now we know that in talking to you so many times that John Madden isn't the biggest fan of the impression of him. How about you? Do so many people? Are there others that kind of don't dig it, or do most people kind of?
You know, I haven't gotten that much feedback. Leno's always been cool with it. He did some stuff on me with the pregame stuff, and then the Letterman let me do an impression of him on his show in the middle of my set. I was doing a stand-up set, and I was like, Paul, I could listen to that John Madden voice all day. 2 hours tops for me, Dave. Gets a little old. So it's that was cool. Trying to think who else. Barkley, I just did that with Barkley in the studios over there.
Well, I can't imagine he'd have a problem with anything.
I can say, Frank, I can say anything I want. You do not understand. I can do whatever I want to do. That is crazy. That was terrible. It's like I'm a stereo. There's bass and terrible, and that was terrible.
Mike and Mike, Frank Caliendo in studio with us, ESPN Radio. Golik's favorite, and we got to meet him, and it was great, is Adam Sandler.
Hey, how you doing? It's great to be here and talking to you guys on Mike and Mike. Yeah, you know, I just doing a movie, and it was a lot of fun, and great to stop by. I listen to you guys all the time. I see you on the billboards out there, and it is great to see your giant heads in person.
Wait, okay. Now, there are some other. I'm trying to remember the ones that you did last time. I don't think you did Sean Connery.
Oh, yes, I've got a license to thrill, and I'll use it.
Yeah. We do a sketch in episode 2 that's the Sean Connery Voice Club for Men. And so I just got everybody saying, things like, "Would you like to meet me at the hotel?" Teaching a bunch of nerdy guys how to do that. And we even throw in, "Only the penitent man will pass."
Oh, my God. And I saw in some of the previews of it, obviously the Seinfeld, looking in the car with the whole crew of Seinfeld.
Yeah, that came from, we were trying to figure out a way that I could do all the Seinfeld characters, and it seemed real because I'm fatter than all of them. So we made it in the year 2027. It's like, they're 20 years later, and they're all 50 pounds heavier. And as Jerry comes in, "Somebody stole my hover shoes. I can't hover. I can't glide. Stole your hover shoes, Jerry. That's despicable. Who would do such a despicable thing?"
Hey, Jerry, you're not going to believe this, but I lost your hover shoes in a poker game. Don't worry. I'll get them back. I hope.
Yeah! See, that was crazy. Oh, my goodness. He's going from voice to voice again. Whoa! Starts a zig. And you think he's going to zag? He zigs again. That was horrible. That was terrible. I have never seen a play that bad in my entire life.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. You hurt.
FrankCaliendo.com. You can see all his impressions and his tour schedule. Quickly, we can't let you go without doing the president.
Of course. Watch it on Tibus, TBS. Frank Caliendo, Frank Television, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Centrale. And I promise you that it will be interesante, as they say in Espanolish.
I mean, I don't know what he said there, but I think
that was not fun.
It was horrible. I say terrible.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. All right, so tonight on TBS, quickly, which of us would be easier to do an impression of? Because